What's up guys, Rui here, welcome back to the channel. It comes to no surprise that sustainability in fashion is at the forefront of issues right now within the fashion industry, and it's something that all of us should really be more aware about. That's because it's among the top contributors when it comes to the amount of environmental impact it contributes. This is because with the ever-rising popularity of fashion, the demand for clothes is at an all-time high, which means more resources and materials will have to be poured in to meet that particular demand. In addition to that, brands and fashion houses are ramping up more collections than ever in order to sell more pieces. In the past, I've talked about how the fashion industry needs to slow down drastically, and one of the easiest methods for us as consumers to play our part in helping to reduce or just, shape the fashion industry to be a little bit more sustainable is by just consuming less. Now, if you're interested to hear more about that particular topic, I will be leaving the link down in the description box below or just somewhere up here. In today's video, we will be looking at some alternatives that I think are much more sustainable options that you could consider if you do intend to pick up a new piece for yourself. Now, I am fully aware that there are a lot of brands and companies out there that are starting to produce more sustainable clothing pieces, which is a very great thing. However, I just feel like as of right now, the production of clothing is at an all-time high, and purchasing a brand new piece of sustainable clothing may not even be the most optimal method. In addition to that, the whole sustainability in fashion has a pretty large gray area in my opinion, because essentially you cannot buy your way into sustainability. It just doesn't work that way. Now, maybe I might just make a whole dedicated video regarding that topic because it will just open up a whole new can of worms, and that video will require much more research and time to kind of cover all on it. A disclaimer before I continue, there really is no perfect solution, as there truly is no right way to shop for clothes. Every method has its own list of pros and cons. I still believe strongly at the end of the day, no matter how you choose to consume fashion, the most important thing is to always be mindful with the things that you do pick up and ensuring that the pieces that you do get are stuff that you will be wearing for a very long time and just not discard it after a couple of wear. Because if that is the case, no matter how much you claim a piece to be sustainably made, there will always be unwanted residues left behind, and the constant cycle of buy, use, and discard will just add up towards the contribution towards the high amount of resources and materials needed to keep up with your consumption. The first method, which is probably also the most popular one these days, is to just shop pre-owned or vintage. As I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, there's already an abundance of amazing clothes out there that can be found in the secondhand market, which honestly, if you do have the time and patience to search through it, it might just even be more fun than shopping brand new. You get this sense of eureka and excitement when you do manage to find a hidden gem for a good price. And I think above everything else, it does allow you to take a breather from the ever-changing of trends and new collection drops that the fashion industry is pushing out. Almost every week we are bombarded with new collabs, collections, exclusive pieces, and essentially these are all just things that keeps you to continue consuming. Obviously, sustainability wise, it does help out a lot, as essentially you are just purchasing pieces that already exist. Hence, you are not contributing towards the demand for producing new pieces. With how fast the fashion industry is moving, more and more pieces are entering the secondhand market. If you are on a budget, instead of going the fast fashion route, shopping pre-owned is a very good alternative to help you get the most out of your money. Bundle stores are great places to search for affordable pre-owned clothing. However, just be prepared to search through tons and tons of clothes. But if you are lucky, you might be able to get yourself a couple of hidden gems for a steal price. Alternatively, there are stores especially curate pre-owned pieces, and because these pieces have already been selected beforehand to be the better ones, you will have to pay a small premium price for it. The same can be said with a lot of pieces that are popular or in demand. Even if it's pre-owned, be prepared to pay quite a good bit for it, and sometimes even more than its retail price. Whether or not it's worth it, that is totally up to you. Lastly, with the increased popularity of the secondhand market, there are a lot of online stores that came out within the past few years, such as Depop, John Flip, Grailed, and even eBay are good online stores to shop from the comfort of your home. There's even smaller stores that appears on Instagram that carry a lot of kind of pre-owned pieces that were specially curated by them. If I do happen to come across ones that I really do like, I will be sharing them over on Instagram. Or if you guys know any, feel free to let me know down below. Although I've not dived too deeply into the secondhand market, I can safely say that some of my favorite pieces in my wardrobe are actually pre-owned, and these are pieces that I would probably never get rid of. For this year, one of my main goals in fashion is to try my best to avoid buying brand new, hence you will probably see a lot of pre-owned stuff in this channel moving forward. If buying brand new is something that you do prefer, then you could look into brands that does pre-order or made-to-order services. Not everyone will have the time and patience to just sit down and browse through the secondhand market, and if that is the case, this is a great way to shop for clothes in a more sustainable method. Reason being, when pieces are being mass-produced, they generally leave behind a large amount of unwanted waste, and when they're not being sold, brands will then have to get rid of them in order to clear space in the inventory for the new season items. In most cases, a lot of these unsold pieces will just end up in landfills, and some brands will even just burn or destroy the older stuff, and all of this are just resources and materials being wasted. By shopping pre-order or made-to-order pieces, you can drastically reduce the amount of resources and materials being used, as these pieces are made in very specific numbers, thus eliminating any unwanted excess usage of materials. In addition to that, because these are not ready-to-made pieces, some brands will even allow you to pick what fabric material you want, and even custom measurements that give the piece a little bit more personalization, as well as ensuring that it fits the wearer better. Enfant Leve is a very good example of a made-to-order brand. Depending on the piece, you can opt for different types of performance fabric, and you could also have them tailor-made to your measurements. Furthermore, it also is able to help out a lot of young designers who just got started with their own brand. Essentially, they do not need to produce massive amounts of pieces for just one design, which usually can cost a lot up front. This allows them to be more flexible and don't really need to worry about any unsold pieces, and essentially saving cost. Recently, I did pick up a couple of pieces from Underscore Coded that are all made to order, and I am super excited to be kind of showing you guys because it does revolve around the whole techwear side of things. Lastly, something that I am most excited to learn more and try out, which is upcycling or customizing old pieces. A lot of times when we do have a fully functional piece that is old or just have design elements that we are no longer a fan of, we will have the thought of replacing it with something new. Upcycling is basically a process of transforming unwanted products and kind of giving it a new look and fresh life into them. Essentially, you are able to repurpose pieces that you no longer want to wear into something else, which will then ensure that the piece does not potentially end up in landfills and also having a much longer lifespan. There are quite a number of brands out there that make upcycled pieces, and one brand that actually got me into the idea of upcycling is actually Greater Goods. If you are unfamiliar with them, they are very well known for taking damaged or old outdoor wear jackets from brands such as Arc'teryx, their North Face, Patagonia, and transforming them into different types of bags to even kimonos and household items. Upcycling is a process that if you do have the proper tools or knowledge and expertise, you could potentially just do it yourself, which would save you some money since you only need to pay for the material costs. If you are wanting to have a more unique and personalized wardrobe, then this is a really great option to check out, as you truly would only have a piece that only you own. In my case, what I'm actually planning to do with some of the pieces that I do own is not really upcycling, but more towards reworking and customizing them to fit more of my personal style. I do already have all the ideas and design drawn out for the pieces that I want to work on, but because I am totally new to this and I don't want to potentially ruin a garment, I will be sending them to a seamstress or a tailor to help me out. Unfortunately, with the whole current lockdown situation going on right now, I am unable to execute this plan of mine. But once it is all over, I will be doing an entire series taking you all along the process from start to finish, showing you all the people that I will be working with and many more. It's going to be a super exciting project for this year, and I really can't wait to get a start on it. These are all some of the methods that I will be personally implementing into the way I consume fashion, and also hopefully I will be able to learn more new things along the way, or even some tips and tricks that I can pick up, which I will be able to share with you all in the future. Usually when I make videos regarding these types of topics, it doesn't get much view count or attraction. So if you have stayed all the way to the end, thank you so incredibly much for checking out today's video. Hopefully there was something that you got out of it. That's all I have for today's video. If you did enjoy watching it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel or just haven't been subscribed yet, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button because it really does help the channel out a long way. Till then guys, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.